So you found your dream home and you're ready to put in an offer. But so are 15 other people. So how are you going to make sure it's your offer that gets accepted? In today's real estate market in Calgary, this is a likely situation. With the low inventories, if you find your dream home, it's also likely going to be somebody else's dream home. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some helpful strategies you can use when putting together an offer if you find yourself in this scenario. And if that's something you want to know, then stick around because we're getting at it right now. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Mark Kapanen, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything about living in Calgary and the Calgary real estate market, then make sure you subscribe down below and click that little bell so you get notified each time I upload a new video. Now this topic was one that I thought was important to cover, especially in Calgary's current real estate market. I want to start things off with something that might seem obvious, but is also very important, and that is do not underbid on that house. If you find yourself in this likely situation, you're going to want to put in a strong offer, so that list price should be your starting price. Now there are other elements we're going to get into, but this is going to be one of the most important. You may want to offer more than asking, and this is where you really want to work with your real estate professional. Run the comps. You want to know what that house is valued at, especially if you're going to have to get an appraisal. The list price may not be set at market value. Sometimes it may be set below market value in order to help drive that multiple offer scenario. So it's important to know where that market value is in relation to your offer. If you're offering over market value, you may be required to cover that gap out of pocket. So this research will help you establish that upper level at which you're comfortable setting your offer. Another element you may want to look at is how quickly you can close. This may be another way you can add value to your offer. What I like to do in this situation is contact the seller's agent and I'll say, look, we're about to make an offer, but what is the best scenario for your client as far as closing? Sometimes they may want a quick close, and that's where cash gives you a lot of flexibility. But you can also work with your mortgage broker to see what kind of timeline they can get for you. But you don't just want to assume that the seller wants a quick close, so just ask your agent to reach out to that seller's agent and find out what that best case scenario is as far as closing, and that's what you want to target in the closing aspects of your offer. The next thing you want to look at is your conditions. Now, it's not recommended to write an offer without conditions, especially that inspection condition, and in the case of condos, the document review condition. But what you do want to do is see how much you can trim these down. Anything you can eliminate, and any conditions you do include, try to keep a tight timeline. But also, you could add something to say an inspection condition that you will not use the results of the inspection in negotiations. You just want to find out about the house. This may give the seller a little more comfort, but also protects your interests. Another tool you have to work with is the earnest deposit or down payment. Often as an agent, we'll get the question, what do I need to put down? But that's a variable you have to work with that not everyone considers. If you find yourself in a multiple offer situation and it's important for you to win this bid, my suggestion most often is to put down as much as you possibly can. This will signal to the seller that you are serious and you want to make the most competitive offer you can. But also it shows you got cash and you're going to be a strong buyer when it comes to closing this deal. Now, there are different ways you can work this. For instance, you could put down an initial amount with the offer and say add an additional amount after inspection, but you just want to try and make that deposit as strong as possible. The last thing I want to touch on is adding addendums to your contract to make it more competitive in that multiple offer scenario. You can add something like an escalation clause, which will allow you to say something along the lines of, we are putting in an offer of this amount, but we're willing to offer X amount of dollars above any other bid up to a certain limit price, which is the cap you've set on your budget. This also allows you to put out a message to the seller that, hey, look, I'm going to give you the highest price, but also it protects you on that upper limit you've set for yourself. So these are all some examples of tools you can use when putting together your offer in really any situation, but especially in a multiple offer scenario. And if you found this information of interest or if it adds value to your process, make sure you like and subscribe down below and also click that notification bell. That way you'll be notified of all my upcoming videos so you can continue to learn about these important topics when it comes to moving to or relocating in Calgary. And don't forget, if you want more information or if you're looking for a real estate professional, grab that contact information from down below and give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, because days, nights, evenings, weekends, I got your back when you're moving to Calgary.